Welcome to Heartofeconomy. Today, we're diving into a decision that has shaken the tech world and could reshape global politics. Microsoft has announced it will cut off certain cloud and AI services to Israel's legendary intelligence unit, Unit 8200. This move is not just a corporate dispute. It's a sign that big tech companies are stepping directly into the center of international politics. So, what's behind this drastic move? What does it mean for Microsoft's future, for its investors, and for the global balance of technology power? Let's break it all down. Microsoft's statement was straightforward. We do not provide technology to support mass surveillance of civilians. But if you read between the lines, the story is much deeper. This isn't just about ethics. It's about how ethical concerns and corporate strategy now overlap. Think about it. Tech companies today don't just sell software and hardware. They provide the infrastructure that powers modern militaries, intelligence services, and governments. Cloud computing, AI, and big data analytics are the backbone of modern surveillance and cyber operations. The allegations were clear. Unit 8200 was using Microsoft's Azure cloud platform to conduct mass surveillance of Palestinians, collecting millions of daily phone calls. Once these reports surfaced in major international media outlets, Microsoft had no choice but to act. From a strategic standpoint, this was less about cutting a contract and more about protecting brand reputation in an era where public perception can directly influence stock value. My take: this decision shows that corporations are no longer just service providers. They are becoming political actors with the power to shape global narratives. Unit 8200 is not just another intelligence agency. It is the beating heart of Israel's high-tech sector. Its work spans beyond military operations into signal intelligence, cyber warfare, AI-driven surveillance, and even financial data analysis. More importantly, it has been called the cradle of Israel's tech entrepreneurship. Many of the world's top cybersecurity firms were founded by Unit 8200 veterans. In other words, cutting off Microsoft services doesn't just affect an intelligence unit. It creates ripples across an entire national innovation ecosystem. Here's the big picture. If US tech giants begin shutting doors to countries for ethical or political reasons, those countries will be forced to build domestic alternatives. This will accelerate a new era of global tech fragmentation, just like what we've seen in the US, China, AI, and semiconductor wars. In my view, this could trigger billions in new investments into homegrown cloud and AI infrastructure worldwide. For Israel and beyond, the message is clear. Dependence on foreign tech is now a geopolitical risk. Now let's talk about what investors care about most, the financial impact. In the short term, Microsoft may lose some lucrative contracts. Defense and intelligence technology deals in Israel are often worth billions. Any cancellations could trim revenues in the near future. But long-term, the story flips. Microsoft is positioning itself as an ethical technology leader, and that pays off in the age of ESG. ESG funds, those focused on environmental, social, and governance criteria, now control trillions of dollars in capital. These funds actively avoid companies tied to unethical practices such as mass surveillance. By drawing a line in the sand, Microsoft is essentially sending a direct message to these investors. Our technology will not be used against civilians. We are serious about ethics. This kind of message builds investor trust. Yes, short-term volatility is possible. Headlines about contract losses can cause dips, but for many traders, those dips looks like buy the deep opportunities, especially if Microsoft strengthens its long-term reputation. My analysis: if Microsoft stays consistent in its ethical positioning, It won't just recover, it could expand its investor base and solidify long-term market value. The geopolitical angle here is equally critical. Israel has long been tightly integrated with US tech companies, but Microsoft's move introduces cracks into that relationship. Even more significant is the precedent. Big Tech now holds the power to constrain state intelligence agencies. A private corporation just disrupted the operations of one of the world's most sophisticated spy units. That's unprecedented. Think about it. In the 20th century, oil companies wielded this kind of strategic power. In the 21st century, it's the tech giants, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, that can alter the course of geopolitics. I believe we are entering an era of tech embargoes. Governments won't just face sanctions from other states, they will face restrictions from the very corporations whose infrastructure they depend on. This marks a fundamental shift in global power dynamics. So how should we interpret Microsoft's move? The risk: lost contracts, potential strain in political relationships, and the possibility that other governments may see Microsoft as an unreliable partner. The opportunity: stronger ESG alignment, greater investor confidence, and a powerful ethical brand that attracts long-term capital. For investors, this is a signal. From now on, you can't just analyze balance sheets, you also have to consider geopolitical positioning and corporate ethics as part of the valuation process. My view of this is more opportunity than risk. In the future, reputation and ethical trust will be just as valuable as revenue streams, and Microsoft is playing the long game. As we've seen, Microsoft's decision to cut services to Israel's Unit 8200 is more than a news headline. It's a turning point in the way big tech interacts with governments, investors, and the global financial system. But what do you think? Will this move hurt Microsoft in the long run or strengthen its position as a global leader? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. See you next time on Heart of Economy.